Hello y'all, and welcome to another Transformers review. And I'm going to have Colton helping me
Hi everybody.
through this review. Today, we're going to be reviewing 3 Dinobots that was originally Generation 1, but in the 1990s they got a different scheme color to them for Generation 2. And like I said, this is a continuation of after the line of Transformers of the 1980s and Transformers the movie and all that was pretty much played out. What they did was they started getting a bunch of the old Transformer G1 molds and just kind of duplicating them again out of the same G1 mold, except for the paint scheme was different. That and the logo. That's how you know what generation they're from. This is Grimlock. You're used to seeing Grimlock in gray as a G1 Autobot. Well, you're right. He is great. But like I said, this is after all of that line and all of the Transformers started playing out. So this is Grimlock G2. And now he's blue and gold. To give you a little bit of his bio, and here's what I'm talking about of the G1-esque right there. That is the G2 Autobot logo. Just in G1 form. Now, I'm going to go through his bio and then we'll move on to the next one after I get finished with the articulation for each of them. But first, his bio. Grimlock. The saying is, amongst the winners, there's no room for the weak. He is a finally effective warrior and an effective commander who is utterly dedicated to those under his command. One of Grimlock's weaknesses is his arrogance sometimes affects his judgment, putting him in over his head. He has no physical weaknesses. Grimlock is a T-Rex. As far as his articulation in Dinobot mode, his jaws can move up and down. His head can go up and down. His legs have a little bend to them. And his little arms can move a little bit. So, we're going to put Grimlock off to the side right now, and we're going to get on to the next Dinobot. Okay. The next one is Snarl.
Oh,
Snarl is a unique fella. Snarl, as far as, if I'm right, he can generate lightning bolts and electricity from his back plates right here. His mouth does not move. It is fit in place. It is molded in place. His legs can move about this much, and his other front legs can move too, but you have to pull them out because they're spring loaded. Now, getting on to Snarl. Only in war is there happiness. That's his saying. Snarl stays silent, biding his time unhappily. He is a loner, but he will go to wherever Grimlock tells him to and fight. He really don't like his alternate mode. He finds it tragically hideous. The only thing he hates more than his alternate mode is Decepticons. His weakness is he needs direct supervision on everything.
And his Autobot G2 logo is on him, but we're gonna show you that in robot mode.
Okay, now the next one that we're going to be doing a bio on right quick, and his name is Slag.
And just like with Snarl, his is inside of him, but we're going to save that for robot mode again. And I'm talking about the Autobot G2 logo.
Okay, so as far as articulation, before we get off into the bio, his horns can kind of rotate slightly. His bottom jaw does open. He does have a bottom jaw that does open. Now, Slag is a very temperamental fellow. Slag's saying is, I have no need for friends, even less for enemies. Slag is a disruptor and a foul-tempered, even compared to the rest of the Dinobots. He's always angry. Slag wanders off to punch holes in the side of mountains or even a fellow Autobot who he finds irritating. His weakness is he's not very intelligent or fast, and his abusive attitude limits the number of Autobots who are willing to help him in combat situations. So now we have Slag, Snarl, Grimlock. And Grimlock is the leader of all the Dinobots. So now we're going to put Snarl and Slag off to the side. And we're going to concentrate on Grimlock. You want to do it?
Yes.
And to walk you through transformation for Grimlock will be Colton.
So to get Grimlock transformed, you want to take the Dino mode head, separate it, and bring it back. Then take the chest here, separate it, and bring them out. Take the Dino feet here, slide them up to reveal his hands. Separate his tail and bring them out. Then take his legs here and bring them back. Then you want to take his robot mode chest here, separate it, and bring it all the way up. And it will snap into place. Bring his arms up so that way you can take his legs here, bring them up, and then bring them down on this joint here. Then bring his arms down. And there you have Grimlock in robot mode. And he does have some die-cast metal on him, and that is the waist here. That's the only part of the die-cast that he has. Now to transform Slag here, you want to take these sides here, flip them up, and for the front legs here of the Dino mode, you want to take these sliders here and slide them down, which will reveal his hands. And it will lock into place. Now, for his legs, you do want to take them and bring them back. But before you do that, you have to bring his tail up. And then bring his legs back. And you also want to take the tail here and bring it down on this joint here. So bring it up, then flip his legs back. Oh, and also, it also makes his legs slide out on these sliders here. Then take the back beast mode legs here, bring them up so that they're like this. Then bring his arms down. Then what do you do with his tail?
Okay. Then take the tail. You're going to push it down.
Okay.
Push it down like that. Then you're going to flip down his jaws.
Which will reveal the Autobot symbol.
Right. Fold back his wings.
And there you have Slag in robot mode. And he has die cast on the chest here and the waist. And and remember that I was telling y'all about the G2 Autobot logo hidden in robot mode? Well, here it is.
Let's see if we move that tail back some.
Here it is. Right here. And now to transform Snarl. You want to take his front legs here, slide them out, and rotate them back, and they will go into this cut right here.
And they are spring loaded, so you have to push them out with some force, because that spring keeps them tightly wound to the frame of the body.
Which means it's really strong. Then take his beast mode head, separate it in half, and fold them out. Then bring, well, yeah.
You're right.
Take the dino body here, slide it out, then take what will become his robot mode legs and well, but before you do that, slide his legs out and then bring his legs down. And also, here's his G2 Autobot logo. Right here. Now you want to rotate his waist around and push it up. And for his arms, you want to bring down his back legs. And you want to take the back dino feet and bring them back. And as you do that, his robot mode hands will come out. Sometimes you just have to push them with your finger to have them extended.
Yeah, because these are old. These are about from 1993, 93 or 92.
And gotta make sure that his legs are extended.
Yeah, his legs are extended.
And for his tail, you want to separate it and bring them out. Then take the spikes here and bring them back. And you want to take his head here and flip it up. It's much easier to push it out from the back.
Got it, buddy. Got it. Right there. It's kind of got a back tilt to him, but that's just the way he's always stood.
And there you have Snarl in robot mode.
Okay, now let me go ahead and trade you that. Now, these are Dinobots, and how you know for sure that they're actually remolds of G1 was back then they also had a line through Japan called Diaclone. And they had little windows cut in a bunch of the G1 Transformers for the Diaclone little guys to fit into.
Oh, and to let y'all know that, or to let y'all understand that, these are the compartments where the Diaclone figures go into. Here. So that's for Grimlock, and for Slag.
It's underneath his jaw.
Oh.
You're going to take the jaw, lift it up, and that window comes down.
And for Snarl here, his is
It's right here. It's kind of hard to get out. You gotta have fingernails. So that's our take on a couple of Dinobots. Now I do remember when me and my brother was a lot younger, and I mean, you know, we were kids. We did have some original Dinobots. I think one of them was Grimlock, and the other one was the was it Sludge, the Brontosaurus. What was his name?
Bronto.
The big one with the long neck. Was that Sludge? I think so. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Do you mean Swoop?
No, not Swoop. There was another one. He was like a Brontosaurus with a long neck. And then he had his head on top. And I think his name was Sludge.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Sludge.
Because if I remember correctly, now, me and my brother, we had an original G1 Grimlock. I know we had Sludge for sure. I don't know what happened to him, but I remember us having them. We never had Swoop. We never had Swoop out of pretty much all of them. We never really had a Swoop. Anyway, that's some of my recollections of younger years. That's way past then. But I still have love for Transformers, like me and my son. From the old G1s to the brand new ones, I think that it is a great line. And I think that is something that will always stand the test of time as long as people have imagination and we just like the way that they transform. For some reason, we're fascinated the way it transforms from one mode to another mode. So, before I turn it over to Colton, you have Grimlock, the leader, which he is the warrior of them all, who fights the hardest. The problem with him is his judgment puts him in over his head sometimes because he's got a brashish attitude and he just goes in for the kill headstrong. Even though he may be outnumbered and doesn't understand the total situation that's going on, he's still going right in for the charge. Then you have Snarl right here.
That's Slag.
Thank you. I'm sorry, my son's right, that's Slag. And Slag is the hothead, temperamental one. He has no need for friends. He's only with the Dinobots because they're part of his group. And he hates enemies even lesser. He's always angry. He just wants to wreck something. But he is a loyal Dinobot to Grimlock. And then you have Snarl at the end right here. Snarl, he is a silent person, and he's just kind of mopey around, kind of unhappy all the time. If Grimlock tells him to fight, he will fight. But that's about the only time. He really doesn't like his alternate mode. He wished that he didn't have it. He wished that he had another mode. But he's part of the Dinobots. So he's part of the group of Dinobots. So this is me and Colton's take. And I'm fixing to give it over to Colton. But this is our take on the G2 Dinobots. Go ahead.
Another thing that these guys should have come with are their accessories, but we don't have them. So
we're going to officially wrap it up. We thank y'all for watching. We appreciate y'all.
And if you like this video, give us a like, comment, and subscribe for more.
From me and Colton, we want to say thank you. We appreciate y'all. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks for watching.